Menovation.
Good morning, everybody. This is Jono, coming in mild this morning. I'm alone. So I wanted to share a thought that I had the other day, just directly with our audience. I am actually recording this video. So if you want to check it out, head over to our YouTube channel at Menovation. You can check out all the content we'll be releasing there. But I wanted to share this direct message with you this morning on just kind of something that I experienced this weekend, and I wanted to do an encouragement to all the men out there. So as many of you know, I have a young daughter. I have two of them. One about 4, and we have been so blessed because both of our kids are excellent sleepers. We like to believe that part of that was us, but let's be real, it's probably them. But the other night, she woke up and she was just in pain. There was something wrong. She kind of has, which probably a lot of kids do, but she's got like this deathly scream, right? Scream cry. And it's like 12. My wife gets up, goes lay down with her for a second. And usually, you kind of console them a little bit. They go back to sleep, hopefully, and you're good. Well, she didn't do that. She would kind of like just wouldn't want my wife to leave, all these types of things. And I got frustrated and I went in there and I was like, okay, I'll lay with her. Tried to get her to fall asleep. She wouldn't fall asleep. I tried to get up to leave and she started to cry. So it kind of went on like this for a little while and I just got really like angry and I was like, you just need to go to bed or I'm going to spank you kind of a thing, blah, 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 right? It got real crazy. And it clearly didn't work, right? And we didn't know what was wrong with her, all these things. We gave her like some Tylenol, and still just was like unconsolable, right? We were like trying to bring her in her room, bring her into our bed, which we never do. That was kind of like one of our rules that our kids will never sleep with us in bed. So it went on like this, right? So we finally got her to fall asleep in her own bed. And she woke up one more time throughout the night. And then I was able to kind of lay with her again on the floor next to her and she fell back asleep. So anyways, I think that was a Saturday night. The next day was church. And so, we're at church doing our thing. And I just got like really convicted that it was like in my child's moment of need, right? I got really angry, really frustrated with her. And I just got sad and upset, that I did that. So much to the point where I went up to like the kids' church where she was at. And I just hugged her and I just apologized to her. I mean, she's 4, like she's all over the place. She I don't think she quite comprehended what I was doing. But I'm trying to apologize to her just for the way I responded and just in her time of need, and just taking a second to not think about that I wanted to go back to sleep and all those things and just lay with her, right? Come to find out, she had a ruptured eardrum. So, because she was still kind of fussy the next day and all that kind of stuff. So we're like, well, let's take her to the doctor. Yeah, her eardrum ruptured. I'm assuming maybe it was that night, whatever it was, but she was in pain. And I got crazy because I wanted to go back to sleep, and which obviously as parents, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But I just didn't take a second to think about like what she really needed in that moment, right? And just really like listen to her. Because obviously there's sometimes they're fussy, they're whatever. And they're like, they're fake crying. There's all the huge things that kids do. I just didn't have a great moment at that time. Anyways, so that was really it. That was that moment. But what I wanted to share with you, other men, is don't let those moments keep you down, right? And don't let those moments become something they don't need to be, like in a negative way. It's so easy to think, man, I messed up so bad yada, 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 all these things. And then stand in my own way of continuing to strive to be a good dad. And I just had to let it go, right? I had to forgive myself, which was a huge piece, right? Like, okay, I messed up, made a bad judgment call, right? Which happens, right? As you all well know of, like we do something, not even with our kids, with our spouse, workplace, whatever, we make a bad call. But that I think is really what it's about with being a men in renovation, is understanding we're not perfect, understanding that we're not all these horrible things the world says we are. We're just men. We're just people, right? We want to be loved. We want to be respected. We want to be these things, right? We want to have good lives, whether that's here in the States or anywhere across the world. It's the same concept. We want to do whatever we're doing well generally. And it's when we start to live in that place of regret and disappointment and all these things where our life, one of the ways at least, our life starts to go really, really downhill, right? And that's when I realized I couldn't let the world or my own negative thoughts or the enemy or whatever you want to call it come in and convince me that I was a horrible dad or that I was a piece of crap or whatever it was. Because it was, because right after I kind of got convicted, which I don't think conviction is a bad thing, I started to get guilt and shame. And that's when I had to stop and be like, no. I know I'm a good dad. I know I'm these things, and it's one of those things that sometimes you just have to tell yourself, you got to give yourself a little bit of encouragement, and then you got to step out and you got to go do it. So anyways, this kind of just what I wanted to share, just kind of a moment that I wasn't great, I kind of sucked. But I couldn't let it keep me down. I can't let it define me. I can't let it be a defining moment in a negative way. I need to turn it into a defining moment in a positive way where, okay, next time, step back, look at the situation better for my kids, right? All these things. And then just give myself some grace because I'm not perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's about just being honest with yourself where you're at and then doing the best to take steps to change that. So anyways, just the thought I had. Hopefully that gave somebody some value. Hopefully that spoke to someone. Give yourself some grace. Obviously, we are Men in Renovation. That's the community. Check us out on all social media platforms. If you're on YouTube checking us out, subscribe, hit the like button, do all the things you do on YouTube, right? We're testing some things out. We're hoping to have each guy in the podcast just when they get a thought, when they have an experience, to share a thought, share a revelation or whatever it is with the community. Just a little one-on-one, just a quick, 5-10 minute video. Anyways, so yeah, guys, I'm out. I'm going to go to work now. But love you guys. Peace.